Hey guys, I'm Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekly intuitive astrology reading for the 25th of September to October 1st. That's literally why I was flipping the pages. I was like, what are the dates again? I've been so entrenched in the different aspects, feeling them, intuiting messages as well that I just completely forgot like the actual dates. But anyway, from September 25th to October 1st. So I hope you guys are ready. This is going to be a hell of a week. I'm not going to lie to you. Before we get started, if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. All of that really does help the videos to circulate. So I really appreciate it, as do other people who come across my videos and find them helpful. What else? Website, social media, all that stuff is linked below, including all the decks that I use. The way this is going to go for my newbies, I'm going to go over the astrology of the week, give you my 2 cents on the astrology, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards and also channel messages for the collective and the elements. It's interesting too because the last one I did, metal wanted to come up as an element, which it is an element, technically speaking, and it was like, interesting. Okay, we're going to run with it. And then there were a few more that popped up today that want to be read for, and I'm like, it's going to be a lot. So I don't know if I'm going to read all the other elements that wanted to be spoken on, because that'd be a lot. So for now, we'll see how it goes, because that's how I am. I change things in the moment. We'll see what else wants to be read other than earth, air, fire, water. They're saying to read metal. That's going to be so long. All right, we might just have to try to keep some of these readings short. You know what I'll do? I think for like any elements that want to be read that are not part of zodiac sign elements, like metal and the others, again, if it feels right, maybe I'll just pull like a card or two or something like that. But I want to focus on the elements for the zodiac signs. I'm just letting you guys know there's been some interesting changes going on with me and some of the gifts and or way I read is like happening. And then last little note before we really get started, I tend to read from the macro to the micro level, meaning I tend to get these very like big umbrella energies and messages, hi buddy, and then I try to like pull them down into the micro, into more like daily physical reality sort of stuff and different groups that I may be channeling for, because I do get messages for different groups even within one element. Buddy, you okay? He's like, he wants to get close to me so bad he's like tripping over himself. Buddy, hi. For those of you guys who don't know, I got a cat. His name's Clyde. He's very handsome, and he does like to hang out. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'm going to do a timestamp because we had a long intro today, but the astrology. I had to sit with the astrology for a hot minute because there's a lot of aspects this week. Also this week we have the full moon in Aries on the 29th happening at about 5:57 a.m. ish. If you're watching this on YouTube, I've already done the live for the full moon Aries on Patreon. You can also find it on Vimeo. Links are below for your convenience. But my patrons already know what's going on for the full moon. And since the full moon is still relatively in the middle of the week, a lot of what I'm going to talk about is part of full moon energy. So I'm not going to focus on the full moon. Just know that what I'm saying directly relates to it. Hold on. Clyde. Clyde, you cannot sit. You cannot lay down, buddy. Not for the weekly. There's way too much space that I need, okay? Sorry. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to give you the broad strokes before I break shit down, because some of you guys come for the breakdown of the astrology. Some of you guys just want the blow by blow. Here's the blow by blow. This is going to feel like a week of rebellion, okay? Rebellion, me versus us, heart versus the head. Those are kind of the key words that were coming up as I kept getting deeper and deeper into this. There's going to be a lot of energies that are pushing us to do things a different way, or to have a new experience, or even express ourselves differently. And it's interesting because some of it's very necessary. Some of it is not. And it's going to be very different depending on who you are, what you're like, what your personal patterns tend to be. If you tend to lean towards the side of like people pleasing, playing small, being really passive, you might be very fiery this week, and you might be very vocal, and you might be setting a lot of boundaries, and people are like, what the hell's going on with them? Right? If you lean towards already kind of being like that, like very vocal or very like fiery, or maybe being maybe lean on the side of selfish. I just gotta call a spade a spade. You may have a hard time not being extra with it, and people might be letting you know you're a little extra with it, or people might be letting you know that you have this way about yourself, and maybe you've known, but it's gonna be really hard to escape the reality of that, and like, oh shit, maybe I'm a little too much in doing that. Maybe I could withstand to be a little bit more considerate or a little softer. Sorry, hold on. Clyde, he's like walking all over the place. Okay, you can hang out there as long as you stay there. He does not look comfortable, so I don't think he's gonna stay. But that's the big blow by blow this week. Relationship wise, I would say if you're already in a relationship, just be prepared for a lot of vocalization, okay? Be prepared for really desiring a lot of change within your relationships. We have a lot of Uranus activity, and Venus is part of that. Mercury's part of that. Juno's part of that. Uranus is very active this week, so and I wouldn't even worry about where Uranus is in your chart because of the way aspects lay. I'll get into like how to look at your chart for this week and where things may be happening for you personally. But just know that, yeah, within relationships, there could be some miscommunications, a lot of friction. So just something to be aware of. Now, when it comes to meeting new people, a lot of chances to meet a lot of new people this week or forge friendships or even affairs. That could be a thing. Not saying it's got to be a thing. When I say affair, I mean like a short-lived romance, like a short-lived fling is kind of what I mean by that. A lot of potential to start relationships, but yeah, not a whole lot of potential for them to be long-term or long-withstanding. If anything, it's to kind of get that new experience and to maybe even get some clarity on yourself. Okay? So just something to note there. I mean, honestly, that's mostly it. That's mostly it. So just know that this like rebellious energy that comes up, or this very vocal energy, or like really focusing on yourself, with a little bit of selfish energy, for some may be very, very necessary because it's something that may even balance out how you are in relation to other people, or how you are in relation to things that are for you versus the external or work or family or whatever. Right? And for those that already lean towards that, really getting into that extra side of you to realize, and maybe even get pushed back a little to realize, like, to balance out yourself, you may need to consider other people. But it's definitely a week of rebellion. Very fiery week. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So there's the first cluster. I literally labeled it me versus us. I didn't want to say me versus them because it's like, this is definitely about how you are within context of other people and groups and things that you're a part of that are bigger than you, but a lot of energy of emphasizing what is for you, what is your personal mission, what are your personal desires, what is your personal path, what is your voice, who are you as an individual, right? It's like a lot of me in the context of that. So me versus us, a lot of activity. So I don't want to overwhelm you with the aspects, because even to understand them, I had to make a huge chart, not an astrology chart, but like literally like just seeing all the connections and like digesting everything. So just know that Venus and Juno are in Leo, and they are conjunct this week. Eris is in Aries, North Node is in Aries. They are also very tightly working together this week. And also the North Node will officially be at 24 degrees Aries this week as well. Mars is in Libra, moving between 18 and 22 degrees. I feel like there's more in this, but and then Uranus at Taurus, 22 degrees, is active in this cluster as well. And Chiron is very active at Aries, 18 degrees this week. So the main signs I wrote down for this cluster, Leo, Aries, and Libra, just because Mars and Venus are the key components in this. Uranus emphasizing everything, and then Juno really emphasizing Venus, and then Eris and North Node being in Aries, and Chiron being in Aries are like the key players and how everything is playing off of each other. I know. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't get caught up on the details. I just want to give the digest for people who care about the astrology. So as I was looking at all of this, Venus is sextile Mars while all these other aspects are at play, right? Juno's working with Venus in conjunction, but Juno's also aspecting Mars and is also aspecting Uranus. Venus is also aspecting Uranus. And both Venus and Mars are aspecting Eris and the North Node. So just, again, to give you the little, I know it's a lot, but like I said, just for people who want to know. So what does all this mean? Venus and Mars are creating opportunities for these energies to come together. Now, when you're looking just at Venus, there's just a huge rebellious streak this week, okay? Going against instincts to harmonize relationships, balance, and people pleasing for the sake of fortifying your own standing in life, okay? Venus and Mars are going to create these opportunities for that because Venus is supporting all the fire, Eris, Chiron, North Node, and Juno, but square Uranus. Mars is opposing everything in Aries because Mars is in Libra. So Mars is opposing Eris, the North Node, and Chiron. Sorry, Clyde's distracting me. So Venus is supporting what Mars is opposing. Okay, Mars is supportive, Mars is opposing, but Venus and Mars itself are making sextiles. So it's going to clash in a way. Sextiles I normally look as positive opportunities because it opens doors. But because one side's literally fighting, and it's the side where Mars is at, and one is literally supporting, to me it just felt like an opportunity for all of that to come clashing together is how it was feeling to me. Okay? Hold on a second. But since Venus is supporting the North Node, which is basically what the universe is pushing us towards and what the universe is pushing us to learn, Venus, I feel like, is where most people are going to really lean into as far as some of the way these energies are going to play out. All of that energy to me is just saying how you want to express yourself, what really matters to you is going to be really on the surface. And when it comes to relationships, because of Uranus, you're going to be very tempted to change any dynamics, especially when it comes to communication and expression, that haven't allowed you to do that. Okay? Now, Mars opposing all of this, especially Mars being in Libra, Mars in Libra wants to harmonize. Mars in Libra wants to make things right, wants to be the anchor, if you will. But because it's in opposition to everything that Venus is like saying, hey, where are you at? What do you really want to say? How do you really feel? What do you really want to do here, right? It might be that you actually can't harmonize. That maybe it's actually not in your best interest to harmonize certain conversations or certain circumstances or situations, because what matters to you is actually important. Your path is actually important. There's some fixed star activity that also emphasizes this as well. That'll be part of the full moon energy. Akamar is supporting Eris and the North Node in Aries. And that one was interesting because that one is very specifically associated with being in tune with source and with spirit. I'm about to pass by. And your own intuition and being able to utilize that connection and that inner knowing, that inner truth to literally strengthen like how you show up in the world for yourself and your personal position, which is why I wrote it in part of my notes. And that's supporting all the fire. North Node, Eris, Venus, Juno, all of that. There's another star that's really hard for me to pronounce, so I'm just going to do my best, and I'm going to abbreviate it moving forward. I'm going to abbreviate it as REB, because it's literally 3 words. Ross Elast Borealis, I believe is how you pronounce that. We're going to call it REB moving forward, is supporting Juno and also Venus. So we have 2 fixed stars that are supporting all this fire that's supporting itself, right? And this one is about looking carefully before you move forward on something, like discerning what's actually best before you move ahead on something. Now it's actually called the head of the lion. And when I wrote that, it was like, ooh, it's the head, it's not the heart. Leo energy works best in the heart. When you take Leo energy and you put it in the head, that's when the shadowy version of Leo can come out. The ego version of Leo can come out. The high and mighty version of Leo can come out. The looking out for self can come out. Now, I say shadowy because sometimes that can be expressed in ways that are detrimental to other people and maybe even self-sabotaging towards the self. But that's why I call it shadowy. But like I said, for some, this may be very necessary because all of this is basically saying what is best for you. REB also is associated with an affinity for language and words and communication and power within expressing. Sorry, so much noise. Power within self-expression. Okay, so also cruelty actually, but then that also kind of goes along with the like head over the heart, right? Shadowy Leo energy. So all of this to say, you're gonna really start to be focused on yourself. You're going to really start to be focused on how you can express yourself in a way that prioritizes things for you and also gets like your standing in what it is you want in a stronger way. Very good for leadership and all that great stuff. Not so great for personal relationships. You just got to call a spade a spade. Now, the way Chiron kind of plays into this. Now, Chiron being supported by all the fire, Venus, Juno, Eris, the North Node in particular, but opposing that Mars energy, that Libra energy. Again, any kind of imbalances or woundings or insecurities we've had when it comes to us, me versus us, right? Like the self versus other people will be very much highlighted. And if you've leaned into the patterns of people pleasing, being timid, self sacrifice for the sake of other people, or not really vocalizing anything for whatever reason or another, that will be highlighted so you can overcome it. But if you've been in the extreme end of that, it's going to be really clear and really shoved in your face, and you might get a lot of pushback or even a lot of triggers that will really show you maybe how you need to be more humble, or how you need to consider other people a little bit more, or consider the heart space a little bit more. So again, I know this is a lot to digest, buddy. Mwah. Sorry, I love him so much. No, I know this is a lot to digest, but again, the main takeaway, it's you or it's the us. And how much are you sacrificing you or me for the us? And even when it comes to the us, right? Because like there's a lot of duality and polarity going on in a lot of energies lately, right? So if you're on the spectrum of patterns of self-sacrifice, right, or be timid or not speak up, most likely the us may involve people who are on the other end of the polarity, right? So are you going to maintain the pattern, or are you going to find the balance? I know it's kind of a lot. Anyway, so how this could be affecting everybody, again, the signs that really stuck out to me were Libra, Leo, and Aries. Leo and Aries, you're going to find a lot of support between those houses. So the way this works, you look to your personal houses based off your rising sign. And I would say the range 20 to 25 degrees, 22 degrees will definitely be like the peak of that energy. So if you have any personal planets in Leo or Aries at 22 degrees, you're going to really feel this like rebellious energy come up. Any personal planets in Libra at like 22 degrees or 20 to 25 degrees, you're going to feel that like that tension when it comes to, I just want things to be cool. I don't want confrontation versus needing to speak up for yourself or speak on behalf of someone or something else, right? Again, that challenging aspect. So again, look to your personal house as your rising sign. For Leo and Aries, 20 to 25 degrees, that's where you're going to get a lot of that fire. A lot of rebellious energy is going to come up out of you, or you may be confronted with it. The house of Libra will be the personal will be challenged. No question. Wherever we all got Libra, 20 to 25 degrees this week, just think of it like tension. Think of it like tension, and think of it like, okay, let me like take a minute before I decide, do I want to continue to be devoted to this circumstance, this job, this environment, these friends, this relationship, or do I need to start choosing myself, right? Yeah. Now, because Libra and Leo is really tied into this, and we have also like all that Venusian energy and a lot of this like kind of energy, indulgence in spending money and pleasure seeking will also be prevalent this week too. At your own discretion, you're all adults, you all can figure that out for yourself. All right, now let's move on. The next cluster. This is very Mercury focused. There's other players there, but Mercury is by far like the one where everything is really centering around. Mercury is in Virgo this week, moving from 15 to 24 degrees. What did I call this? Oh, mind overflow. Mind overfloweth. So there's also this huge theme this week, I think I mentioned this already, of the mind over the heart. Is that really the best way to say that? Because it's like there's so much like passion and like what I want for me that I think is heart focused, but it's not the kind of heart of generosity. It's not the kind of heart of I will sacrifice for you, because this is about not doing that shit, right? For people who have an issue with that, and for people who have an issue doing that, but for people who have an issue not doing that at all, it's like going to show the consequences of that. So I want to be very clear on the polarity of the way that this energy can manifest for everybody this week. Okay, you know who you are, where you fall on the spectrum of that. But let's go ahead and get into the aspects. So again, just running through them really quickly. I don't want to spend a lot of time. Mercury this week is actually going to shift quite a bit from the beginning of the week to the end of the week. So beginning of the week, it's going to be conjunct Orcus and also trine Jupiter. And then as we shift towards the end of the week, about 9:30, September 30th is when we're really going to feel this. It's going to start to work with Uranus in a trine and oppose Neptune. Yeah, that's when Mercury's going to get really active, and a lot of this mental energy will get active, and more communication will be really active, really prevalent, I guess is what I should say. There's some long-standing aspects that will be in the background for this. Buddy, I thought you were going to settle. Orcus is trying Jupiter all week, and has been for a bit because they both are moving really slow right now. Orcus always moves slow, but Jupiter's moving slow because it just went retrograde. It'll start to pick up soon. And Neptune is sextile Pluto. It's been like that for a long time. They both move slow, so that's why. But anyway, as we go from this shift, it's like we're going to go from this like really pleasant mercurial energy of like, oh, I want to do this and let's make this plan. And you know what? I think I want to cultivate this skill and do like, you know what I mean? Like very well functioning mercurial energy. And then we get hit with the full moon in Aries. All of that peak energy of rebellion kind of comes in. And then Mercury starts to work with Uranus and starts to oppose Neptune. And then shit gets real active up in the head. Hold on. Clyde. I love you, buddy, but you're not right now. Thank you. Sorry. Coming back. Yeah. So when Mercury starts to trine Uranus, the thing that's kind of nice about it is psychic abilities tend to get activated. We tend to be a little bit more intuitive. We tend to be a little bit more future forward thinking, and that's nice. Sorry, there's a lot of noise right now. As we're talking about Uranus, right? But it can create a little bit of restlessness in the mind, like overthinking, too much noise up in the head. It can create a bit of an anxiety as well, but it can also be very creative and innovative. It's just, imagine things get way more active up here in the psychic way, intuitive way, creative way, thoughts overflow with, right? Not necessarily negative, it's just amplified. But then Mercury at the same time is opposing Neptune, which can make this murky. Bad joke. Anyway, can make this murky. While your psychic abilities may be amplified, while you may be able to see like more into the future, Neptune kind of muddies that up a little bit. So you're seeing a lot of truth. You're like, your thoughts may be valid, but there might be a lot of noise. Might be a lot of noise in the mix. And also when Mercury goes trine Uranus and opposes Neptune, a lot of miscommunication in relationships. And don't forget, Uranus is also square Venus and square Juno. Not fun. That already makes relationships gnarly because Juno is all about relationships and like devotion to people, as is Venus when they're both in Leo and they're both working together in Leo. And normally I would say this is a great time for committed relationships, but all of the square with Mars while it's working with Venus, and then you have the square to Uranus. Venus square Uranus. Venus square Uranus is all about, I want to change this relationship. I want to open relationship. I want to meet new people. I want to date. I don't like how this goes in our relationship. Like, that's what happens when Venus is square Uranus. And then you have Mercury trine Uranus, which is also activating that. And then the opposition to Neptune, it's like, is that real or is it not? Are you really who you've been this whole time or not? Is this how I really feel or is it not? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, Mercury will just get really active by the end of the week. Also a reason to just kind of like not be impulsive, okay, this week. Like, enjoy yourself as much as you can. And again, that fire of rebellion is not necessarily bad for a lot of people. It's very necessary for some people. There's actually a really great week to find your voice because so much mercurial energy is active, and then we have so much like, ooh, I'm gonna be me being active, right? So finding your voice is really well aspected this week. It's just in the context of other people, it can get a little combative if we're all feeling that on some level, right? And then remember REB, that fixed star I told you about, it's the head of the lion. Like, not like, how do I want to say? Really discerning a situation before you devote yourself to it, right? Same thing here. Your psychic abilities may be flooded. Your intuition might not be super on point. You may be getting a lot of ideas, You might be perceiving a lot of things. Not all of it is real. Don't jump into things this week. Don't act on your impulses this week. You may be very tempted to, but just keep in mind, if you are feeling that rebellious impulsiveness, discern if it's something that's really healthy for you or is very needed, or if it's more like, okay, I'm feeling fired up and I want to say this, that, or the other, but let me sit with that and then decide if it's truly necessary. So think of it that way, okay? Mercury, like I said, is in Virgo. I would say the range is 20 to 25 degrees. 22 degrees also being very important. 22 degrees seems to be a very peak degree point for the entire week. Full moon's happening at 6. I just want to let you know, 22 degrees for a lot of other planets this week is where a lot of energy is peaking. Whatever house you have Virgo, 20 to 25 degrees, just expect a lot of shit to be happening. A lot of ideas, a lot of talking, potentially a lot of miscommunication, potentially feeling like mental fatigue or feeling anxious or restless, especially if it's a house that's already social, like 5th house, 11th house, 10th house, 3rd house, right? Where you're taking in information or needing to give information or interact with people a lot, right? So keep that in mind. Definitely a challenging placement this week, but remember, it will show you a lot of truth. Not all of it is real, okay? It's gonna show you a lot. Not all of it's real, all right? Moving on to the last little cluster. I literally labeled this just more fight. That's what I labeled this. We have Saturn and the Sun being very prominent in this cluster. Again, just to kind of run down the aspects for people who care. North Node in Aries square Pluto in Capricorn. That's a long-term aspect. We've had it for a long time. It will start to like peter out in November. November? Yeah, in November. So relatively soon. It's just a lot of change and also bringing up a lot of those like power dynamic issues. And we already got all that rebellious energy this week too. So Saturn is also in Pisces at 1 degree, which is still retrograding. This week it is trine Vesta in Cancer, which I actually think is really nice. It's also opposing Lilith. Not fun. We'll talk about it. It's also square Sedna. Sedna's in Gemini, 0 degrees, and the Sun this week is moving from 2 to 8 degrees Libra. Square Vesta. So Saturn and the Sun are like not agreeing with Vesta, but we'll talk about it. And for the beginning of the week, the Sun is trine Sedna. We're not going to talk about Sedna too much. I just want to let you guys know what's up. And Sedna is also trine Pluto, long-term aspect, and will be for a very long time because Sedna moves hella slow, as does Pluto. And Pluto's going to go direct soon and is going to catch back up to Sedna and go harder with it. But we're not going to talk about that today. But let's focus on Saturn and the Sun. Saturn in Pisces, the lesson is all about letting go. It's also lessons in health. It's also lessons in spiritual discipline. And sometimes even needing to practice that higher wisdom to do what's best for you on a soul level, your even mental health, over maybe things that you might actually want to do, right? What's the best choice? What's the big picture choice? What's the big picture solution? It also tends to bring up some karmic energies as well because Saturn is malefic and also relates to karma, but Pisces is also innately karmic because it rules the 12th house where we resolve karma, okay? Saturn working with Vesta is really nice because Saturn is actually bringing a focus to our sense of purpose. Vesta for me is all about blueprints. When I've worked with her, that's how she comes across to me. And being in Cancer, there's also this component of the feminine. There's this component of family and tribe and home and emotional stability and emotional security and also psychic abilities. There's a lot of ways this can manifest. Anybody who feels like their personal missions are spiritual related, like being a healer or being a shaman, or people who really care a lot about children, or people who care a lot about family health, or people who care a lot about, securing homes, right? Whether that's for you or for other people, this is going to really impact your sense of purpose and have you be very focused on it. And also, if you need to sacrifice something to further that purpose, to further that mission, to make progress on it, to keep that a priority, that will also be highlighted with Saturn being in Pisces. Okay? Now, Saturn opposing Lilith. This is where we might get some more fight. And maybe not necessarily in the form of rebellion, unless you're dealing with authority figures and what you need to do is free yourself from that sense of authority and being controlled, then absolutely, this is like that kind of rebellion I was talking about before, like speaking up for yourself. But this, I was feeling much more of like fight. Oh, I just got dizzy. This, I was getting more of like fighting what's necessary for your purpose, fighting what's necessary for what actually fulfills you, and doing it from a place of like maybe being a little selfish, maybe being a little overly indulgent, right? Like almost being a little too caught up in like cardinal desires. That's a good way to say is it cardinal or cardinal? You know what I'm trying to say. Kind of desires versus what's really best for your soul in the long run. There are going to be some hard choices for some people this week. There's going to be some harsh realities for some people this week, but also there's going to be so much fire and support to actually like say what needs to be said, do what needs to be done. Not impulsively. I'm going to come back to that. Not impulsively. Realizing it, taking a hot minute to really decide, do I want to devote myself to this decision, this circumstance, this people, these people, etc., and understanding what has to be done for the better sake of yourself. It is what it is. This isn't about throwing people under the bus. This isn't about harming people. This isn't about like saying, screw being of service to others. I'm going to be of service to self. Unless maybe that's part of your journey. I'm not here to say that. But what I just really want to emphasize, that's not what I'm saying, right? I'm saying this is about prioritizing yourself, your mission, your needs, your voice, your truth, your soul, your personal standing in your life in ways that have been compromised. And maybe that might mean having to say no to someone, or that might mean having to cut out something that's been a part of your life for a long time, or people that have been part of your life for a long time. It's just that kind of week. Okay. The sun being in Libra, square Vesta, that is that Libra energy, that's part of a challenge. Because Saturn is saying, hey, Saturn's supporting Vesta. Saturn is supporting purpose and mission and your sacred flame, what gets you feeling alive and fulfilled in your life. Saturn's supporting that. It's going to pressure you to let go of some shit, for sure, and get real with some of your practices and how disciplined you are in pursuing these things. But the sun being in Libra is like non-confrontational. Let's do the right thing by other people. But that completely goes against Vesta. Personal mission and purpose. So again, there's that challenge. And some of that Libra energy may come from the external. It may not even come from your own heart. For some of you, it may, especially if you have like strong Libra tendencies anyway, but it may even come from the external to be like, no need to start a fight. Don't cause a scene. Why you yelling? Or don't be, you know what I mean? Like to subdue. So just something to note there. So again, Libra is definitely the sign of a challenge this week. Pisces, you could argue it is, but I feel like Pisces is really just getting us to do what has to be done, right? It's up to us to perceive it as a challenge or not. Cancer is actually where Vesta is sitting, and I feel like that actually is a good outlet. Any kind of creative activity that's a solo creative activity or writing, poetry, that sort of deal will also be a great outlet this week because it's also going to get your feelings out on paper and all your thoughts out on paper, and can actually help you discern a little bit of what's real and what's not, what you really want to devote yourself to or not, especially when it comes to certain decisions, right? So just want to note that. For Pisces and Cancer, 0 to 5 degrees is where you're going to experience a lot of this. And again, that house of Cancer is a good outlet. There's going to be a lot of like stuff that comes up in that house for you that actually supports where you're going or what could potentially be fulfilling for you this week. So something to pay attention. Something to pay attention to. I will look at the whole house of Libra as a challenge, honestly. Just speaking honestly. Oh, happy birthday, Libra. Sorry, I know I'm talking like hold on. Happy birthday, Libras. I know I'm saying Libra is the challenge sign this week, but it is what it is. I would look at the whole house of Libra because we already talked about Libra in the later degrees. And here, 0 to 5 degrees Libra is a potential challenge. So whole house of Libra, look at it as that challenge from the external or even from yourself to tame yourself, which is like, don't tame yourself this week. It's not about taming yourself. Again, unless you really lean into the extreme of that polarity, of already being kind of selfish or being abrasive with people or being a little bully, a little bit of a bully like people, right? To get real about that. Mm. But Pisces, 0 to 5 degrees, is where we're going to feel that Saturnian energy and needing to face what we have to release. For some of us, it might just be thought forms. It might just be programming or belief systems. For some of us, it might be relationships. It might be habits. It depends on your personal journey and where Saturn is for you. Like for me, I think that's actually my 9th house. So for me, it's probably some belief systems that I have to release, most likely. If that's in your 4th house, probably gonna get rid of some family members or some family patterning, right? Or family karma, right? Like, you understand what I'm saying? So those are the takeaways for this week. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna take myself a minute before I get into the collective read. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I've been doing the astrology stuff all day. It's been fun though. I love doing it. I do. I'm such a nerd. We got some goddesses coming up here. Oh, Pele. Oh god, of course Pele's coming up. Of course Pele's coming up. Wait a minute. Wasn't Chericlo? Yes. Oh my god, it's funny. There's one aspect I forgot to write down. And Pele reminded me. So Pele may be important this week. Oh gosh, I guess I should have already started the timestamp. Okay, we'll just put this at like... Yeah, we'll just do that. I did the timestamp for 3550. You might have to go a little bit ahead to catch me channeling Pele, but anyway. Yeah, Pele came in, reminded me of Chericlo. Chericlo is trying the sun in the beginning of the week. No, end of the week. I'm sorry. Why did I write it like that? That's weird. Something weird happened with Chericlo and the sun. So Chericlo is trying the sun, and it actually starts in the middle of the week on the 28th. And is strongest on the 1st of October at the very end of the week on that Sunday. Chericlo with the sun feels really good. Coming to terms. So Pele is obviously going to be with a lot of us as we're moving through all the fire, all the Aries, all the Leo, all the like, right? The here is my truth and here's what I need to do for myself and I need to stick with what I need to do for myself, right? Chericlo, who, for those who don't know, Chericlo is like the medicine woman. Chericlo is very, I love Chericlo. She's very physical, non-physical. She's very much like representative of the grand paradox of all of reality. Like she's physical, she's not. She's light, she's not. She's a comet, she's not. Like she's very interesting. And with her being an Aquarius, it's really embracing the higher mind, embracing so much with Aquarius, embracing the higher mind, the unorthodox, even like even if you want to break it down to like galactic activations or just information that you normally would like poo-poo, being more open to for the sake of healing, for the sake of spiritual advancement. Music is huge with Chericlo, by the way, as well. Music is huge for the whole collective. I've been saying this for a while. I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 years. I've been mentioning how we're ascending through the sound, through music. We're ascending through sound. Chericlo is really emphasizing that for us too at this time. And with Chericlo trying the sun in Libra, that to me feels like actually finding the harmony and finding the balance, finding the higher healing for ourselves and for the collective in the midst of all of this push and desire to rebel and push and desire to embrace our individuality and speak on our individuality. And I also keep getting pulled back to, yes, people will be shocked. Like if you lean into that side of the polarity of being timid or quiet or people-pleasing or self-sacrificing or being a doormat, it's like you're going to be a hell of a lot more vocal than you normally are, and people around you may be really shocked by this, maybe put off by this, and it will show you who's your people and who's not. It'll also be very healing for you. Remember, Chiron's a huge part of this week. It'll be very healing for you. And if you lean on the other side of the spectrum, or maybe you tend to be the voice in the room, and maybe not in a bad way, but maybe you tend to be the voice in the room. Maybe you tend to be more dominant. Maybe you tend to be more in the control seat, and maybe for some of you, maybe in the selfish seat, just saying, right? Getting a wake-up call as to how to balance yourself for the sake of your relationships, right? And it may be very humbling, but it can also be very healing at the same time. And I almost want to say unburdening, right? Because anybody who takes on those energies, sometimes you got to be responsible for more shit, or sometimes more things fall on you, or even are projected onto you because literally you're the voice or you're in the spotlight. You actually can find a lot of peace in realizing, oh, I don't have to do as much. I don't have to be as responsible for as much, right? Or not as much is put on me, right? There's a silver lining and a lot of healing to be found for anybody on the spectrum of this energy of being timid or being dominant, right? Interesting how that came through. So Cheroklo trine the sun. Cheroklo's in Aquarius, sun is in Libra. And while the personal challenge is being found in the early degrees of Libra and even the late degrees of Libra, clearly the way that the sun is working with Cheroklos is really nice. So even where there's challenge, and even like you can say, like Mars and Libra, that also can represent duality and polarity, right? Healing to be found in all of this. Anyway, got carried away in that. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for the collective. Ooh. Where are we starting? What dark cards do I pull out here? Ooh. There's so many cards that want to be pulled right now. Sorry. Sorry. We're going to go Dreams of Gaia. They're stopping me. No, we're going to start with spell casting, and then we'll go with Dreams of Gaia. Ooh, for the last week of September, 25th to October 1st for the collective. Actually, I should timestamp this for the actual reading for the collective. I did some channel in there. Okay. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? The 25th to the 1st, 25th of September to the 1st of October. Remember, psychic abilities will definitely be enhanced towards the end of the week, okay? Because of Mercury, it just may feel overwhelming or even be a little muddy, right? As I say that, answers. Like I said, you're getting answers. There just might be a lot of noise around it. There just might be a lot of noise around it. I keep getting people too in relationships. I keep getting that. Try to stay focused on the self as much as you can. And again, not be super impulsive. Just like recognize how you're feeling and the impulses you're having. And then really like maybe take a day. I'm just saying, give yourself a day, maybe two, to discern how you want to follow on that decision or follow on that saying that thing or doing that thing. When it comes to people, I'm also feeling too this week, I mean, we've already been going through this collectively of like seeing who really is our people and who's not. That's also become just another layer of clarity is coming in with that as well. And if you've been having resistance about the truth of certain people in your life, I mean, you just can't anymore. It's just going to be very blatantly obvious, especially when it comes to this rebellious energy of like, right, being more devoted to our true individual selves, right? And how people respond to that, if they take it well, if they can find a balance with you, or if they just want to fight you on it, I mean, it's just going to be clear, right? If you've had fears of doing this, your fears will either be shown as things you didn't have to worry about or like true illusions. And for some of you, your fears will be confirmed as not fear, but your actual intuition and just knowing the truth and reality of it, right? Okay. Anything else for the collective? I feel like there's a movie or a show. I just got disconnected, so maybe that's a sign. I feel like it's a movie, and again, I don't think I've seen it in its full entirety. I'm just being reminded of like this line that came up. I feel like I've seen again. I feel like I've seen a review of it on Cinema Therapy. Um, we might have to be a little brave. We might have to be a little brave. We might have to be a little brave is coming up here. Ooh, friendship. What exactly what I was saying. The more comfortable you get in your individualism and your fire and your voice, right? You will know who your true people are. True allyship, regardless of whatever these relationships are, romantic or family, true camaraderie, true allies, right? And if you've hesitated because you've questioned about some people in your life, it will be very, very clear, okay? It will be very, very clear. Especially for those on the other side of the polarity, right? Where maybe it's not about like you haven't been able to like do that. You've done a lot of it, right? It's also seeing where maybe you can be a better friend or a better ally to people in your life without feeling the need to, right? Out of whatever reason you do that, right? You know your reason for doing that. You know that. Okay, anyway, moving on. Wow. Family. And it actually landed on answers. So it looks like it wanted to land like this. Family, answers, and friends. Again, a whole lot of clarity on our personal patterns with relationships, and then also the current relationships in our life. Who are our people and who are not, as we embrace more of our individualism, or even are confronted by how expressive or overly emphasized we are in our individualism in a way that hurts our relationships, and we need to balance our relationship patterns by giving more space to people or reining ourselves in a little bit, because it's actually interesting because it's something I've been channeling too in like some recent videos. I even like when I did the Virgo reading, which makes sense. Virgo, Mercury and Virgo is like a huge part of this week too, right? Where it's like this like forceful energy, which really comes from like fear or sadness or insecurity, right? It's like that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like the end of the polarity is both fear based and doing these kind of like unhealthy behaviors of being too timid or people pleasing or self-sacrificing or being dominant, right? Both come from insecurity and fear and not being comfortable with just being on that like true individual state and like trying to find a balance in the polarity. Makes sense? Not being here and not being here, but being here, right? Showing more of yourself in a healthy way, whether it needs to come down and be tempered a little bit or be fired up and come to the middle a little bit. And then in doing that, you'll see who your real people are in your current reality. Jeez, we get there. We get there. Overall, we have beauty. Ooh, this just was very interesting. And underneath that, we have financial health. I'm getting a lot of solar plexus energy here. Self-worth. Self-worth is huge, huge here. I'm also getting a lot of Venusian, kind of indulgent sort of energy. So some themes that may be coming up for you guys this week can fall in those realms. Like, what are your spending habits? What's your relationship with money? Is it based, do you spend out of a need to fill a hole, fill a void, or because you feel insecure, or is it the opposite? Do you feel scarce of money so you don't spend it, right? Do you feel not worthy of buying certain things, or treating yourself nicely in a certain way, or taking care of your body, your vessel a certain way? So it's like, that's actually just some like big themes that I'm getting for the collective here. Again, the polarity of these energies. Polarity is so huge right now. Oh, hold on a second. I feel like there's something else that wants to come through here. The birds are jumping out at me. The birds are really jumping out at me. Some of you guys just maybe have birds as your spirit animals. You just needed that confirmation. So I'm seeing birds. There's more. I can feel it. There's more. So it just wants to keep getting repeated. I don't want to beat a dead horse. So I'm just going to try to say it eloquently, just like one last time. When it comes to how you're expressing yourself in the world and looking out for yourself, your personal financial standing, your own self-esteem and confidence, right? Which I guess kind of falls in all those realms, but like what you do for you and how you speak on behalf of yourself. I guess I'm really speaking to more people in the timid group because I don't really feel the other polarity a lot, but I know it's present because I can feel it. All of that's being highlighted this week, right? And how that affects your personal relationships and how much you can be yourself and how much you've jeopardized or overly prioritized yourself in the context of all of that, and finding that true middle and harmony with that polarity of self and relationships. Too timid, too people-pleasing, too self-sacrificing, too dominant, too aggressive, too forceful. It's almost like the polarity of distorted feminine and distorted masculine, and needing to find the center, no matter where you fall on that polarity, no matter where you fall on that spectrum, doing that, finding that center and getting really real with the truth of it, of yourself in the context of these relationships, and then finding that harmony. You can harmonize your relationships with people or you won't. That's a two-way street, right? It's going to be dependent on the people in your life, and your true allies will remain, right? And a lot of that also comes with self-worth. Because no matter where you're finding yourself on that distorted polarity of masculine, feminine, right? It comes down to self-worth. It comes down to fear. It comes down to insecurity and dealing with that. And I keep feeling so much solar energy with that. Big messages. All right, let's move on. Can I get into the elements? Like, please let me get into the elements. Yeah, they're like, not yet. Okay, fine. Not yet. All right. We're going to do the energy oracle deck here to close up the collective read. And then we'll get into elements. Woo! Okay. This card came out. Oh boy. So with family, we have financial constraints. Financial constraints is a Five of Pentacles energy. It's restrictive, it's scarcity mindset, it's feeling alone, it's feeling isolated. So a lot of you, this can relate to abandonment issues. This could be feeling cut off from home, or that you don't feel safe with certain people or certain relatives, or you have some sort of family patterning that also contributes to you feeling a lack of some way when it comes to relationships, or a scarcity of some kind when it comes to relationships. I'm hearing trust is huge. And getting strong trust issues for the collective there. Can I get one more card for family? They said do the others first. All right. Can I get a card for answers? Getting crown chakra with that pretty strongly. Can I get a card for answers? Can I get a card for answers? Interesting. The thinking woman. Well, not that interesting. It makes sense. She's basically the Queen of Swords for me. What does the Queen of Swords do? She is the epitome of truth. She's the minor to the major high priestess, to me, as far as the way I look at it. That's just a me thing. I'm not saying it's explicit truth, but that's my truth. I say that because she's air and she's water, right? Both of those hold like tangible, factual truth, and also emotional truth and spiritual truth, right? All the facets of truth. And here she is basically coming out with answers. And what does feminine energy do? Receives, right? So just kind of confirming that clarity is there, truth is there, even if it may be muddied around some things, it's there. It's being given to us. Can I get a card for friendship? Oh, beautiful. We have hostilities in reverse, and then the yin yang card. Oh my god, it's so itchy. We have hostilities in reverse with yin yang. Hostilities to me is like Five of Swords, Five of Wands, but having it in reverse with yin yang is beautiful. The yin yang card, sometimes I see it as balance, but I also explicitly, when it's upright, it speaks to feminine energy. I just get healing, honestly. That's what I get. Like when I said allyship, right? It's like, sorry, there's like a whole thing going on here. When it comes to family, I feel like family is that term we use for tribe. It's that term we use for like relatives, right? And sometimes I feel like there's almost more distortion when it comes to how we view family versus how we view friendship. We put up with a lot of other bullshit when it comes to family versus friends. True allyship, camaraderie is friendship. That is not always prevalent with family, even if we want it to be. So even if we're talking about people that you see as family or tribe or like literally like bio family, is that component of friendship there? Is that foundation of camaraderie and allyship there? Right? Some questions some of you may have been asking yourself, right? Oh my God. But this to me feels like the real allies are clear and making themselves known. I also feel forgiveness here too. There may be some of that going on because we do have so much Chiron energy. And again, for some, as like that end of the polarity speaks up, right? People can meet them in the middle, right? And be like, oh, I had no idea you felt this way, or oh my gosh, right? And then you like work things out. And then for those on this end of the spectrum, or maybe you're kind of dominant, right? It's like if you learn to temper or you have circumstances where people are starting to challenge you or trigger you, and it's like, whoa, and your true roots as to why you are like that come to the surface, then you can temper that. And you can also be like, yo, sorry, realize some things, right? Who are your real allies? They will make themselves clear. The hostilities card in reverse indicates no fighting, no battles, at least no more battles, okay? Since we have 2 cards for friendships, I want to come back to family and get one more card here. Can I get one more card for family? Ooh, we got 2 more. There's the solar plexus. I knew it. I knew it. Solar plexus chakra with the world card. I love this because, again, it's like finding your true self. Like solar plexus is where our chi sits. It is a seat of our mana, you can say in a way. Like for the most part, that's the common thought form. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that's the common belief. And then the world card is about opening your mind. This card speaks of optimism. In tarot, the world has a different meaning, right? It's about like cycles and karmic energies. But this to me is like you're opening a door for yourself to get out of this, to get out of patterns or feelings or people, relationship circumstances that really just restrict you, that make you feel shitty, right? Or even when it comes to people that you want to be close to, it's like not holding yourself back, because that could also speak to this, and being like, you know what? Here's who I am as an individual. Here I am. Here I am. You're either with it or you're not. You're either with it or you're not. I like that. I like that a lot. Some of you may, again, be finding healing circumstances with bio family or people that you call family. Can I get one more card for answers? And then we'll move on to the elements. Can I get one more card for answers? Ooh, ooh. Excuse me. When that card came out, I was like, oh, I felt that energy. We have Thinking Woman and Temple Path in reverse. Getting really clear on, well, basically, like, your paths. I mean, like, there was other stuff that wants to come through. It'll come through. Temple Path, the card, when it's upright, it speaks to taking a path that's like a high timeline. When it's in reverse, it's not doing that. So getting really clear on how you haven't been doing that and how you can do that. Now, again, keep in mind, there could be some muddiness going on with that opposition to Neptune. Really keep that in mind, that what you're seeing, yes, there's truth, but it may not be the complete truth, and there may be noise and garbage that's in the midst of that too. So you need to take a day or two, get within yourself to really discern that. Or if it's something that doesn't have to be immediate, hold on to whatever it is that's coming through, and then let some time pass, and then if you can act on it later is really what I recommend. But yeah, getting real clear on what is for you, what is not for you, who you are not, all those things, and your path as well. Overall, we have Victory in reverse, Indecision in reverse, Happy Family, and Caring Connections. I just, again, gotta call a spade a spade. So you guys are gonna realize where you've messed up. Where you've messed up with certain people or made bad judgment calls with people. with victory in reverse, indecision in reverse, happy family and caring connections. Because victory in reverse, self-explanatory. It's not being victorious or even delaying a victory. Indecision in reverse speaks to a decision that has been made. To me, that's what it is. A decision that has been made or made hastily, impulsively, all around the context. This is my Ten of Cups card. And caring connections, self-explanatory, when it comes to relationships and your people. So again, recognizing where you've messed up, where you are messing up, where you could potentially mess up when it comes to people and how you are handling yourself and seeing yourself on that polarity of distorted feminine, distorted masculine, balancing your shit out so you can balance and harmonize your relationships. Okay. Very interesting. All right. Let's move on to elements. I just got hungry. My stomach just went, oh. Who are we doing first? I'm a little overwhelmed. Hold on. Earth, air, fire, or water? Fire, you want to go first? Of course you do. Of course you do this week. Of course you want to go first. All the fire is part of that, like, rule, right? I always start with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. So let's do it, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for the week. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You got a fire in your belly, that's for sure. I'm feeling that. Definitely. Wow. Integrity. There it is. I feel like the black egg is going to come out a lot this week. So we have cheetah and black egg. That's totally the throat chakra. This is the throat chakra card. Sorry, is what I meant to say. Cheetah is like my... I'm sorry, but your energy's so low. I'm like, whoa. I'm ground myself. Black egg is throat chakra. Cheetah is Eight of Wands energy. It's an unstoppable force. It's also very masculine energy. It's very much associated with the solar plexus. And again, the solar plexus card came out for the collective. But this is like a lot wanting to come out, a lot wanting to be spoken that maybe hasn't necessarily been spoken. And then we have elk with oyster. And I heard integrity. Elk is the divine masculine principle in this deck. Masculine energy this week, masculine principle, divine masculine energy is showing out this week. It's coming up in everybody. Okay? And remember, we're dealing with the polarity of distorted feminine and masculine, how we express ourselves from those places, and then how we harmonize relationships as a result of that, right? Harmonize ourselves in distorted masculine feminine in the form of our expression to harmonize relationships, right? I feel like this is an energy of somebody who has been sacrificing their personal integrity, not acting from their own masculine energy, not acting out of their solar plexus, but desperately wanting to, and shit might pop off, fire signs. Aries, and keep in mind, because we have the full moon in Aries, the fire reading may even be very collective. Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, it's like literally someone has been like not in their masculine power, not in their solars. Interesting. Not what I expect. Oh my god, sorry. Sorry. So now we have Turtle. Turtle sometimes comes out when ancestral energies are at play. It can be a very grounding energy, like pacing yourself, go with the flow. They're saying it's wisdom. The wisdom to recognize this about the self, the wisdom to also recognize how to take, oh my God, it's so hard to speak, and it's all this throat chakra energy. It's also the wisdom, kind of what I was saying before during the astrology portion, how to take all this fire, how to take what it is you want to say and speak it, not impulsively, but just right with flow and with the wisdom of how to articulate it. And interesting, and why it's actually been difficult to do so. That elk energy is very, again, elk is, it just wants to be spoken on. Elk is divine masculine energy, and I keep getting this is about your personal integrity. Now keep in mind, fire signs, I'm doing a general reading, but this can be for someone you know or someone in your field, okay? How have you not been practicing your own personal integrity when it comes to your masculine energy, how you show up, specifically in the form of expression? Anything else for my fire signs? Why did I just get sleeping giant vibes? The bear is the overall energy. Bear is a lot of different flavors. In this deck specifically, it speaks to like a rebirthing energy of coming out of a period of rest, coming out of a period of kind of being stagnant, or maybe just like a period of just being within and taking care of yourself, being still. But to me, the bear is also stamina and resilience and willpower. Firefly, something is coming alive in you, fire signs. I'm looking at, oh my God, you got a lot of birds underneath too. Birds were big in the collective read. You got vulture, hummingbird, and the crow all underneath that. Birds are huge. It almost feels like a part of you that's been sleeping, a part of you that's been in a deep slumber, which probably I honestly want to say has been like repressed, and then it's just kind of laid dormant, right? Like when we don't call upon aspects of ourselves, or we learn aspects of ourselves are not okay, and we're like, okay, we don't do that. We suppress. It's bringing that up and out. Whatever this piece is of you that's been dormant, fire signs, or person dealing with fire signs, it's awake. And it's the key. That's what it feels like to me. It's the key to expressing yourself from your solar, in your integrity, in your masculine energy, and doing it with wisdom, doing it with eloquence is also what's coming through too. Interesting. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys. Okay, hold on. Let me see what tarot cards I have. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have 5. Okay. Which ones are we doing? You know what? Since you're fire, I always like to use the cats for fire. I know it's only Leo that's cats, but like, it just feels good. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, this is good to go. Any messages or insights for fire signs pertaining to the spread? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Shocker. I actually think it's the same kind of cat too. On Cheetah and Black Egg, almost said Black Panther, Black Egg, we have the Knight of Swords. Speaking, communicating. And look, I literally think it's like, I think they're both cheetahs on this deck too. Cheetahs could be an animal that is your animal or just synchronistic. So again, wanting to speak in a way that you haven't, or express yourself on things that you haven't before. Yeah, I keep getting a piece of you that's like awakening, or like no longer laying dormant or suppressed is key to doing this. It's almost like you forgot how to speak from this place because this particular piece of you or aspect of self was repressed or has been repressed. Anything else for my fire signs pertaining to this spread? Some of you, this is going to lead you to go after what it is you really want and be unrelenting about it. Good. I said, good. Good, good, good. Oh, yeah. Very honest. So then on the Knight of Air, the Knight of Swords, that Gemini energy, that vocal energy, we have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. Page of Water, the Page of Fire. The pages are very innocent to me. Some people look at the pages as like not powerful. Everything has power in it in some way, shape, or form. Every card has its own gift, you could say, and every card also has its drawbacks. But the pages are very innocent. They're very honest. They're very genuine. And the Page of Water, the Page of Cups, for me has been a card of innocence specifically lately. This is being honest to your heart, what it is that you want, and what it is that you are seeking in this new experience. You're just speaking from a very honest place. I like it. So it's a place you've been needing to speak from. Okay. Some of you, it's also speaking on a desire for new experiences, new emotional experiences, or experiences that are part of adventure or a part of embracing your individualism in a way that you haven't before. Some of you, this is actually like, I'm getting a request. Interesting. A request to nurture that in a way where you're kind of deviating. Maybe deviating from a path or a course that you've been, interesting, I said course, maybe course of action is how that wants to come out. I'm going to say a path, that a request to deviate a path from a path you've been walking. It's interesting. Anything else for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. And there it is, Emperor in reverse landing on the elk and oyster. Almost isn't even, you don't even need me to explain why that's there. Emperor is divine masculine energy. It is the masculine principle in tarot. One of the Hierophant is also, for me personally as a reader, as is the as are the kings. But Emperor is all the kings, and here it is in reverse. A suppressed accounting of personal integrity, distorted masculine energy. I really want to say it's just been repressed, like you just haven't been acting from it. Anything else for my fire signs? Sometimes the Emperor in reverse can come off like controlling and very dominant out of a place of fear and insecurity, that polarity that I was speaking to. So keep in mind that's also how this could be coming out, fire signs, like realizing you've been dealing with people who are like this and it's made you like not want to like come from that evolved masculine energy or balanced masculine energy. So it could be both ways. So just keep that in mind. Anything else for my fire signs? Ooh. Oh, did not expect that. Got another page too in the overall. I'll get to it. So on turtle, this acting from wisdom, right, was what I was getting with the turtle. We have 4 water in reverse and the moon in reverse. What's revealed is a fear of rejection, a fear of abandonment. What you want to speak on, again, it feels like a request or like a statement of, this is what I'm going to do now. This is what I want. Here's my truth. And it does feel like it's almost like putting you on a different path. But one of the reasons you haven't done it is like you're recognizing that you're scared. You're scared of rejection. You're scared of abandonment. For some of you, there's even maybe potentially a battle of like depression as well, or feeling alone, like feeling very isolated. I'm getting a little bit of that too, but having the wisdom to discern, that's what's been stopping me, right? That's what's been stopping me. And maybe you have a history of dealing with emperors in reverse, or maybe you're dealing with one now, male or female, gender does not apply here, right? And you're like, you know what? I got to do something. I can't be like this anymore. Overall, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. The Fool in reverse. You've been in denial about this fear. 5 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. And then Justice. It's actually been a form of inner conflict too for a while for a lot of you. And really what you need to do is just, it's not be in denial about this fear and do what has to be done to give yourself that harmony, to give yourself that Libra energy, that balance. Again, very healing for you, but Gotta be a little brave. We might have to be a little brave. I think that's gonna be the title of this reading. Hold on a second. Okay. All right, let's move on. Good luck, fire signs. Or people who are watching for fire signs. Dealing with fire signs. Those last cards made me a little sad. All right. Get a little water, and then we'll continue. Earth, air, or water. Earth, air, air. We're gonna do air. Okay. All right. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like Aquas are gonna fare the best for some reason. I just get that feeling. Like Aquas, you're probably gonna be like riding this wave like it's nothing. You guys are really balanced in your mind and your heart, right? Excuse me. Sorry. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Any messages or insights for my air signs this week? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're showing me the, like, literally Earth. They're showing me the Earth. A lot of you are really just understanding the ebb and flow and cycles of life. There's something about that that's very comforting for a lot of you, is what I'm getting from my air signs. It's kind of interesting. Okay. That feels like a little mini channeling. That's what I meant to say. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for the week. Any messages for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh, multitasking. Okay. So we have the horse. Horse is the mastery of earth in this deck. Horse to me is very like it's like Queen of Capricorn, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles, like Capricorn, Cancer, maybe a little smidgen of the Empress. Horse is independent. She has stamina, but she also does it all. Like ultimate multitasker, and does it with grace, does it with ease, does it with flow. Okay, it's having a really nice balance actually in your physical and emotional realms is usually what the horse represents. Capable. This is about your capability. Hold on a second. Air signs, I feel like this week you're going to come into terms with how capable you really are in balancing everything in your life. The realms of your life, again, like the physical, the spiritual, the mental is what I'm getting, and maybe you don't get enough credit for that. Ooh, something's changing with work. That came up really strongly all of a sudden. So now we have butterfly and vulture, literally the epitome of death and birth, the epitome of some sort of major shift. Also something's coming to light. Wow, this is such a very, sorry, itchy bug bites. This is a very specific message. Work is changing. Work is changing big time. Did you not think you were going to do this? There's something about career, about money, about finances that's changing big time for my air signs this week. And it's almost this like realization of maybe a self-realization, or maybe just realizing people don't give you enough credit. And, you know, I think it was Mark Twain that said something along those lines. It's not going to be exact. Like people take you on your word about yourself, or on your own word of your own reputation, right? It's like how you speak of yourself, how you look at yourself as far as your capability. People are just going to follow what you say and what you believe. So if you haven't really believed in your own capabilities enough, or trusted yourself enough, people are going to treat you like that. I'm getting a little bit of like being not parenticized, the opposite, almost like being coddled, like almost being like, yeah, like treated inferiorly, or treated subpar, or treated like a kid, even if you're an adult. Um, yeah, interesting. Like, again, horse is the master of earth. Like, this is very much like a parent card, actually. Like, this is somebody who can be a parent, who can be ultimate mom, ultimate dad. Not specifically in this deck, because that's like the deer and the elk, but someone who could totally handle their shit, right? But it's almost like being used to people downplaying you, underestimating you, maybe even putting you down. And it's like you're actually coming to the realization and the acceptance, no, I can do everything else everyone else can and better, right? It's like being able to hype yourself up. Yeah, see you for what you can really do. And this is a huge change for you in your perspective of self. Okay, air signs. I like it. Anything else for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some of you may feel like you've already worked on that, but the whole new layer of it's going to come to the surface. It's going to come to light. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not what I expected. Why does this feel like a clash? We have Scorpion and Firefly. Very weird cards to come out together, because Firefly is like inspiration. Firefly is like, ooh, I can like run 10 miles and I'm gonna go do it right now. Like, it's like, ooh, I can write like 10 songs. I'm gonna do it right now. I can make a whole website. I'm gonna do it right now. Like, that's Firefly energy. Scorpio. I always say that when this card comes out. You could be a little Scorpio, get a Scorpio chart. Scorpion is literally holding on to emotional shit that's like makes you upset. Very weird cards to come out together. I feel a clash. That's what I feel here. It's almost like, yeah, it's almost like you're the Firefly. Like, you get this spark of like being inspired by self and feeling like you're seeing yourself clearer, of like, wait a minute, I can do this, that, and the other, and this person or these people always told me I couldn't, right? Whether they're still part of your life or not. For some of you, could be realizing that like your family treated you this way, right? And you getting into this like boost of self might trigger someone or people around you with that Scorpion energy. For some, it's going to trigger, I almost want to say it's going to, like, because Scorpion's about attachment. For some of you, it actually may trigger someone's control stuff, like wanting to have control over you or feeling like they want to have some sort of attachment maintained with you. But if you move into your power, like, they can't. Crazy reads today. All right, let's continue. And there's the elephant. Oh, I got chills. Anything else for air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh, chills all over. Some of you might have a fight with someone or many people. Wow, so it's weird. All these cards are upright in the deck, but Elephant came out reversed on Vulture. Elephant is about breaking down restrictions. It's Ganesh energy. Sometimes Ganesh also places restrictions, but this is, to me, the Elephant specifically in this deck is about like breaking through barriers. And there's also a wisdom that comes with Elephant as well. You're wiser than people have given you credit for, and you're also wiser than maybe you've given yourself credit for at times, right? And here it is in reverse on Vulture. This has been a restriction for you for a long time, or this has been like affecting you. I'll say affecting you. This has been affecting you for a long time, and here you are getting rid of it. Getting rid of that shit. And then we have Unicorn, and then Lion came out reversed. Also weird because, again, they're all upright, right? And this is on hostilities and yin yang card with friendship. It's very weird that Lion's coming out reversed, because Lion to me is King of Wands energy, very much like masculine energy. The Lion teaches about the mastery of fire, the mastery of when to take action and when not to take action. And this is all about, right, like receiving people and who they are, right, and being in that feminine energy of healing. I feel like this is about actually healing more of that fiery, masculine, solar fueled part of oneself for those on that end of the polarity, on that like timid and like moo, kind of like kind of end of the spectrum. Unicorn is third eye energy. It's believing the impossible is possible. It's also having this like enhanced psychic ability, this enhanced foresight of truth, this like advanced inner knowing, is actually what I'm getting with that. Understanding how to understanding how to manage relationships, and just further confirmation of seeing oneself in all of this whole polarity thing with the distorted masculine, distorted feminine is really what I'm getting with that. Yeah. You're going to feel very inspired by yourself. You're going to feel very inspired to take action in this new sense of self. And I feel like the advice here is actually to practice the wisdom on almost like, how do I want to say? I'm getting a lot of aqua energy actually, like not continuing to trigger people unnecessarily. Like you move into this and you're going to see instantly who's triggered by it and who's not. And you're almost just going to like, just not engage with people who are triggered. Sorry, itchy. Not engage with people who are triggered, like not show them your fire, not show them your confidence, like almost like you're just gonna like, whoop, I'm just gonna turn my awareness away from you now and let that be what it is, and then do your business as you will. Overall, we have Fox. Talk about discernment. This is my Gemini card actually. I always look at this as an air card, even though it comes out as earth. This card, this animal is very intelligent. Again, it's that wisdom. It's that wisdom on how to manage this. You see you're seeing yourself in a whole new light, and you're freaking inspired and you're feeling good. And if other people are triggered, so be it. But you are unshackling yourself. They literally showed me an elephant with a chain around its ankle. You're unshackling yourself from anyone, anything, thought forms, programming, negative self-talk, the way you've seen yourself, on not being capable. Because this is someone who's fully capable of anything, right? And you're seeing how you haven't allowed yourself to be that, and you're seeing how to manage people and your relationships to actually maintain the biggest level of peace, right, for people who get triggered by you. And it's very intelligent. Again, very air-like to me. So very cool. Very cool. Ooh, sorry guys. Sorry, I just wanted to check it. All right, let's pull some tarot. We're gonna do Norse, my Norse deck. It's not called Norse deck, it's called Runic Tarot deck. It's called Runic Tarot. All right. Wow. Eight of Pentacles wanted to slip out. We'll see if it comes out again. Again, I did get work as a huge part of this. Like, however you deal with money and finances or your work life is, I feel like, is drastically shifting for my air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Hold on a second. Writing a personal note for myself. Give me a minute. Something that came up for me earlier today just popped back up. I was like, oh, okay. Sorry, not for you guys. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. Interesting. Seven of Pentacles came out, landing on Unicorn and the Lion in reverse. Again, this is also having the wisdom on how to exercise your newfound power, your newfound confidence, your newfound sense of self. This is taking stock of where you're at with it and like how to manage. Okay. And for especially how this could be potentially affecting your finances or your work life. This is you figuring out, what do I have to work with on how to go about this aspect of my life in the new person that I am now, and this newfound sense of self that I am now. I'm also getting investment too. How you want to invest in certain relationships, or how you want to invest financially or career-wise with, again, newfound sense of self and confidence. Anything else for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Four of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing letting go. With Firefly and Scorpion, I'm hearing letting go, power, thank you, and power dynamics. The clash that's going to happen with you and other people, it's going to come down sheerly to power dynamics. How people want to have power over you, how they've had power over you, how you've given your power away. These are all ways that this is going to be manifesting, okay? And for some, it may literally form over the fight over money, or fight over like career stuff, or maybe in a fight with your boss, right, as an example. Because Four of Pentacles in reverse can imply loss of finances. Some of you might have to lose a little bit financially. I wouldn't be worried about it, okay? Because you're the freaking horse. You didn't do anything, okay? Can handle your shit. Not worried about you. But yeah, I feel like it's mostly coming out as power dynamics. That the more you get into this newfound sense of power, the more insecure people around you may feel. Certain people may feel. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Interesting. On Scorpion, the whole like people reacting to you. Yeah, Two of Cups. I knew it. Yeah, people in your life will, I mean, it's just emphasizing people in your life may be triggered. Okay. People in your life may be triggered. Anything else for air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, and you're going to figure out the new approach. So I'm just going to show you guys all these cards. So we have Two of Cups with the Scorpion. Again, the trigger reaction to you moving into your power, and then these power dynamics come up, right? Page of Pentacles, that is totally staying in your integrity, and it's a feeling of trust, and it's like keeping your priority on allyship, things you can trust, even like a new perspective on what can I actually tangibly invest in and take on now that I know what I'm capable of handling, now that I know what I'm capable of being responsible for or creating, and how can I invest in that or take that with me moving forward in this newfound sense of self and away from anybody who's freaking triggered, right? Wow. All right, moving on. Any final messages or insights from my air signs? Got what card for horse? Curious as to what it is. Ooh, Emperor in reverse. That's gonna be, Emperor in reverse is gonna come out a lot for people this week. I already know. Wow. Oh my God. So of course, all landing around the power dynamics issue with the Scorpion and the Firefly. And the Two of Cups energy that the Two of Cups energy I talked about. We have Emperor in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Power dynamics all day. Drama around power dynamics and repressed and or distorted masculine energy. Distorted masculine being dominant and out of wanting to control, or fearful, insecure. And then suppressed, right? Not like being in your power, not feeling like you can handle things. With horse, Tower in reverse. When you come to this information, this realization about yourself, I mean, it is just undeniable. Undeniable. Overall, we have Ace of Cups in reverse. Wow, and the 10 of Cups. The 10 and the Ace indicate a 9 of Cups energy. This overall energy is about what fulfills you emotionally in your life. Is it present or is it not? Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you currently have the 10 of Cups? Or do you feel like it's out of your reach? Or do you feel like whatever your 10 of Cups is in your life? A 10 of Cups represents like the emotional experience of your life is how I look at it. When it's upright, typically it's like you wake up, you're happy, you go about your day, you're happy, you love all the people in your life, you feel supported in your life, you feel emotionally really good and like awesome in your life. The Ace of Cups in reverse implies there's some sort of like, interesting, I was gonna say delay and then I heard denial. Delay or denial around the emotional experience of your life. And with the 9 being there, it's also this debate of the 9 versus the 10. Feeling that way individually within yourself, on your own versus with other people. And then look again, like comparing the individual self versus us, the container, right? So just interesting how that wanted to come out here. Yeah, air signs. I feel like it's unavoidable that you're gonna have a clash with a person or people in your life as a result of you realizing who you really are and what you're really capable of and what you actually want to invest in. And maybe realizing the Ten of Cups in your life maybe isn't the Ten of Cups in your life, or maybe it is, but you need to harmonize yourself with certain people to really experience that. And maybe get rid of some people so that, you know, who may be getting in the way of that. It's going to be different for everybody. Okay? All right. Whew. It's only been 2 signs. I know I did a lot of talking before I even got to the elements. Let's go ahead and do another. Just getting the collective. I leave the collective read on the board, because I like to. So I always like to straighten it out. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Doesn't matter. It just is what it is. All right. Earth or water? Oh, Earth. Feels like there's a lot going on with you. Okay, water. You're going last. So Earth. Earth is just louder than water for some reason. That usually means something. Like, whoever goes last tends to be really intense. But yeah, let's do Earth. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Ooh. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Wow, I feel like all of a sudden I wanted to like really take a pause with you, Earth signs. Like, breathe a lot. You could be needing to just have a lot of rest, a lot of slow down time, a lot of quiet time this week. Pacing yourself. Like, so, yeah, I just want to like, let's take things slow. Let's soften. Let's like, right? Like, it's like how that wants to come through. Yeah. Okay. We're grounding, we're softening, we're taking it. Wow, lots of confirmation there. We're taking it easy. You might want to disconnect from your phone too. Some of you guys might need that. Like, you might be overstimulated. You know who you are, whoever that's for. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. They're showing me a pyramid. So you could be working with sacred geometry. Tetrahedron is like they're saying tetrahedron. Okay, tetrahedron. You could be working with a tetrahedron, or sacred geometry. Wow, it's like, yeah, ooh. I keep feeling like, let's come down, let's ground, let's sleep, let's rest, let's sit. Am I taking these? No. Okay. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Cobra. Oh, it's a bell. Not used to that sound yet. Cobra. This is an energy of pause. Sometimes I get watching and observing. It's also a card of mentorship, but I'm getting pause, pause, pause. Slow down. Pause. Why do you need to pause? Earth signs. Why do you need to pause? Can I get another card for Cobra? And when Cobra comes out, there's an intensity about it. So again, you could be just like, there could be a lot going on, or like energetically there's a lot going on, and it's just like, pause. Stop. Is how it's coming through. Can I get a card for Cobra for my Earth signs? Can I get a card for Cobra for my Earth signs? Oh boy. Oh, tension, tension, tension. Tarantula. Both fire energies. And it's interesting that it's like pause, 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 pause. Tarantula is my Two of Wands energy. It's my crossroads card. where there's something that's like making you stop in your tracks because you don't know how to handle something, or you don't know how something's going to go. And it's like, do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go up? Do I go down? Do I red pill? Do I blue pill? Yeah, again, literally they're showing me a stop sign. We're gonna get into that. It's so clear. Stop sign. Can I get one more for Cobra? It's like, oh, lamb. Well, I like lamb. I like lamb. Why is there a stop sign with this? Lamb is like baby. Lamb is a baby energy, or it's something really new or something very foreign. Okay, that could be it. You could be stopping yourself. Or signs, you could be like, oh my god, no, stop, because you could be sensitive to something, or something could be coming up and you're like, this is way too unknown, or this is foreign territory, or too new. It's like there's something about it where it's like, I just keep seeing stop sign, but I really want to emphasize you could be stopping yourself on a new path. That tarantula card is, again, Two of Wands. It's like you could be walking into a really beautiful, yummy new experience. Or Cobra, it's like you could put a stop to it. It's kind of how I'm getting it. Like, left or right? Are you going to wait? Are you going to wait? Or are you going to allow yourself to be very green at something, or very new in something? It's hard to read if it's like bad or good. I think that's just completely perceptional. We're going to pull tarot cards on that. Interesting. Let's go. Yeah, it's like, yeah, thank you. It's like you could go about something differently. Thank you. Thank you. That feels really right. Now the other ones didn't. It's like, that feels like ding, 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 ding. You could take a different approach to something or not. You could stop yourself, essentially. You could try something new, or you could stop yourself. That's how it wants to come through. Okay. Whew. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Yeah, earth signs. I feel like you're getting triggered. I feel like you feel that you're under threat. Especially with shark coming out now. Because shark for me is a perceived threat, whether it's real or not. And what did I say about this week? You could be getting a lot of truth, but you could also be getting a lot of garbage at the same time. To discern. Oh, sorry. So putting up the stop sign to discern if something is right for you or not, or you want to devote yourself to something or not, because you're not sure if it's a threat or if you're just scared, I think is not a bad idea with all the energies that we got going on this week. All right, let's keep it going. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Anything else from my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Am I taking these? No. All right. I didn't think so. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Are we shocked? I'm not. Zebra, for those guys who are new and you're like, why wouldn't we be shocked? Zebra to me is my very authentic self card. It's letting your freak flag fly. Being you, doing what's right by you, and going with the flow of you. So it makes a lot of sense. So I feel like all this is really just saying that earth signs, you may be finding yourself in a bit of a pickle this week. You may be finding that, it's like time to make a choice on something, left or right. And you can't tell if it's good for you or not good for you. You can't tell like who's the friend, who's the foe. Right? You can't tell if it's for you or not. And again, with lamb, I feel like it's just really emphasizing that there's something about this that is foreign or unknown, or puts you in a place where you feel really green. And it's really just like, it's up to you to discern that feeling of threat, that feeling of stop. Is it justified, or is it fear? Is it an illusion? Okay? Being yourself and flowing with you is the only way that you're going to be able to discern that. Okay? Very simple. All right, let's pull some cards on that for you. Kind of want to use the Tarot Nefertari. I think I will. We're going to use this guy. Excuse me. Okay. Especially if this comes up at the end of the week. Sorry, I just wanted to emphasize. If this is something that comes up towards the end of the week, definitely take your time. Any messages or insights for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Okay. The star. Yeah, in reverse. Landing directly on Tarantula, by the way. Star in reverse is, it's literally pessimism. It can be depression, having a negative perception of something. But again, it's like, is it illusion or is it not? Sometimes the star in reverse can be an illusion. But again, it's that confusion of go, don't go, do, don't do, danger, not danger, right? It also feels like potentially for those of you where this is an illusion or it's just fear or insecurity, like your ego being like, no, don't do it. Potentially it could be very healing for you and very enlightening and liberating for you, but that's why your ego is all freaked out, right? There we go. Any other messages or insights? My earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I feel like you guys are asking me like, is it an illusion? Like, do I go for it? Do I not? That's completely up to you. Everybody's in a different situation. That you have to discern for yourself. There's no quick fix there. No one's going to give you the answer. It's your answer. It's your truth. So sit with it. Figure it out for yourself. Okay. Just seeing the potentials. Anything else for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I feel like we're going to get Seven of Swords on the shark. I'm just seeing the Seven of Swords. I don't know if it'll come out, but I'm seeing Seven of Swords on the shark. Let's see what we got here. Oh my. We have the Knight. Yeah. The Knight of Pentacles with the Empress and the Hierophant. Devotion. This is devotion. Okay. Wow. Hierophant is literally like our belief systems, our personal ethics, if you will. It also speaks to spiritual discipline and practice. Hierophant to me is the high priest, kind of masculine energy. And then you have the Empress, divine feminine energy. Like that's more of an energy of how you physically in the world are basically an Empress, where you're abundant and you're fertile, right? But the Knight of Pentacles very specifically is about devotion and trust and practicality. This feels like being devoted to spiritual beliefs or being devoted to your own personal beliefs or being, that's what it keeps coming back down to. Being devoted to what nurtures you, what nourishes you, what takes care of you, and in a way, even committing to yourself in that way, but it's committing to your beliefs and what works for you and the health of you and the standing of you and the finances of you. Stay devoted to that. But it wants to come on shark. So that's what these three cards represent. Devotion of what works for you, what's healthy for you, what takes care of you. Now, this choice, that tarantula, is it adding to that? Or is it going to jeopardize that? It's coming with the shark. Okay? Again, that's a discernment thing. You need to decipher if your personal standing is at jeopardy or not, basically. If what is the foundation that takes care of you is in jeopardy or not. Anything else for earth signs? There's the decision, Two of Pentacles. This is coming down specifically to a choice for my earth signs. Specifically down to a choice. Hold on, let me put that up right. There we go. It was sideways. It was just bothering me. It was like, bloop. It was like, no, just put it up right. Two of Pentacles. Right on the star in reverse. It's a choice. It's your choice. You're going to do whatever this is. You're going to go left or you're going to go right. You're in or you're out. It's cut and dry. Overall, we have the moon in reverse, and you're going to get clear on it. Beautiful. King of Swords with the Six of Swords. Yeah, you're going to get real clear on what is best for you and your peace of mind. I like that. So you may take a hot minute, and yeah, you might be like, stop sign. I need a minute to think. I need a minute to decipher. And this could even be between you and another person, where maybe someone's like, hey, I want to do this, or let's do this, or you be good. Like, you know what I mean? It's like there could be another person like trying to get you to go a certain direction, and you're like, I gotta figure this out before I make a move. Six of Swords is also movement into a new way of thinking or into a new horizons, right? And King of Swords is master of air, ultimate strategist, wise. You think eagle energy. The King of Swords will be able to see through the bullshit, and she is with the moon in reverse. So again, if there's another person in the midst of this, I feel like they're asking you to go a certain direction, and it's up to you to figure out if that's something that actually is good for you or not good for you. And it could be vice versa. And a lot of, and if there isn't another person involved in this, it's just a situation that's presenting itself to you. And it's up to you to figure out, does this take care of me or does it not? It's very simple. Okay? All right, moving on to water. Water babies. Remember when I was water baby tarot? I kind of remember. Totally feels like another lifetime in a way. Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry. Water. Okay. Yeah, okay. Water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You guys feel like you're being evasive. Are you being evasive with someone? Are you trying to avoid a situation or circumstance? Oh, Gleitster's so cute right now. He's like all cuddled up on his little pillow. He's so cute. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm honestly just getting like dark, murky water. I feel like you're hiding. You're hiding, or you're hiding something, or you're not saying something, or you're not. Yeah, it's like something is laying in the dark. Is kind of how it feels. Not in a bad way. It just is what it is. Like something's very quiet about it. I'll put it that way. Something's very quiet about your energy, water signs. Last one. I feel like you know something and you're not letting on that you know. I think that's what it is. I think you know something and you're not letting on that you know. Very water sign. It could be very water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Ooh, we have golden egg. I feel like it's almost the center of your reading. Even the way it came out, it was like dead center of the board. I like this for you. This is the heart chakra card, water signs. I feel like you're... Did you just hear that? I thought I heard a bird. Anyway, sorry. I thought I heard like a call. Anyway, golden egg. Your heart is very clear on something, is how this is coming through. Your heart is very clear on something. It's speaking to you. It's like yelling at you practically. I feel like your heart is really telling you what's right for you, what's not right for you, where your heart really lies, what you really love, who you really love, what matters to you. It's like your heart is just very like loud and clear is how it's coming through, and literally it's telling you things. It's sharing things with you. And I feel like you're not sharing them. But that feels intelligent. It feels actually like that's what you're supposed to do. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Your heart's very clear. Your heart's very clear and you're just sitting with it. There's a reason you're not sharing it. Wow. Yeah, you keeping a lot of things on the down low, huh? Hot water sign. We have oyster and spider. Spider is co-creative energy. It's like manifesting energy. It's literally like getting the ball rolling on things. Sometimes I see it as networking too, like mingling a lot with people, making connections. Oyster is telling me that you're hiding this aspect of your life right now or yourself right now. There's something that you're working on or you're trying to bring into your reality. For some of you, I'm actually getting threads of the heart. Threads of the heart. Even people that you may be connected to, you're hiding the truth of these things, or you're hiding what's going on with whatever it is that you are trying to bring into your reality, or with certain people in your life that you feel tied to. There's something going on in that realm, and your heart's leading the way, but you're keeping it on the down low. Okay. Not my business. I'm just a reader. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're keeping it on the down low from people who don't need to know. For whatever reason or another, who don't need to know. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. So I saw the correlation with a collective read with the Indian card and hostilities card in reverse, the tiger. Tiger is Queen of Wands energy. The tiger specifically speaks to spiritual awakening or being very aware of something that is non-physical or has to relate or relates to like spiritual stuff, soul purpose, yourself, etc. It also is passion and it's sensuality and it's ferocity. Something's brewing. Something is brewing, water signs, in your relationships. There's also a strong attractive energy that I'm getting with you too. This could be the beginning of a relationship. They're like, sorry, my guides are so funny. Some of you, this is straight up the beginning of a relationship. Could be a lifelong friendship, a lifelong like soul fam bond. For some of you, it's multiple bonds. For some of you, it's completely romantic. But it's like quiet. Yes, something is brewing there. And you are not telling most people, is what it looks like to me. It's like you're keeping it protected. I can't get my eyes off the tiger. I can't get my eyes off the tiger. There's something about this that feels so alluring and attractive and yummy, but that's why I'm saying, I'm like, something like a lot of you, and this is actually like a romantic energy, because a lot of sexual energy going on there. But I feel like whatever this relationship, and for some of you, it's like bigger than a relationship, like it's a group of like people that you're working with, we're putting together something with, or literally like soul fam coming together, and you're like, we can't tell people, or you know what I mean? It's like, it could be like that. For my mystics specifically, whatever this relationship is, it gets your fire going, man. It lights you up. It lights you up. It gets you excited, enthralled is what I just heard. And your heart is just like, woo, like your heart is just like, it's interesting that I said it like that, because it's like, yeah, it's like high vibe, high frequency going on in your heart space. And again, you are not, it's a secret. Anything else for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. As if you need more confirmation. Golden egg and deer. There's a lot of love coming into your heart space right now, water signs, with golden egg and the deer. The deer is the divine feminine principle in this deck. It is gentility, it is grace, it is beauty, also sensuality as well. Your heart is just on. It's on. I can tell you're receiving a lot of love. A lot of love is stirring within you. A lot of fire and passion is being stirred within you. Whoever this person or people are, it's so special to you. And that's why you're like, I'm sorry, it's just funny. Anyway, it's just funny. Wow. Wow. Hold on. No wonder you guys had to go last. I was like, oh no, what are water signs going through? And it's like, oh no, you got some good shit going on. So if you needed any more confirmation that you're not telling people, Nightingale, you're not telling people. Nightingale is throat chakra. It's spreading the word, but with oyster, you are not. You are not spreading the word. You're going to spread the word when it's time, is what I'm getting. Yeah, you're going to like, it'll come out when it's time to come out. And there's also a lot of like, again, the wisdom in not sharing, the wisdom in protecting. It'll come out when it comes out. And then with golden egg and deer, cheetah. What did I say? Getting fired up. Cheetah is actually a masculine energy in this deck. It's the solar plexus. The heart and the solar are neighbors. Excuse me. Sorry. Actually, they're the two chakras that bridge the upper and the lowers. There's technically a chakra in between them that's like called, that's called the bridge, right? With golden egg, deer, and cheetah, for some of you, I want to say a very small group of you, this is actually a relationship that hasn't formed in the physical, but the cheetah is like pouncing on it, like, like you're like, holy crap, like you might have been confused. I don't think you might be confused. Maybe a denial. You might have been in denial about it, and now it's just like, I know I got to go, I got to do it, but not telling anyone what you're doing, what your plans are. Very specific read. But again, I do feel that stirring up of fire, that stirring up of energy, that like it's go time. And this lights you up, and there's just no question about it. Overall, we do have the fox. Fox is intelligent. Actually, the fox is one of the few cards in the deck that's a partner card. Specifically says like a good partner. But it is a card of intelligence and mastery of making moves, really. And that's a lot of what's going on here. A mastery of making moves and having that wisdom of, this is happening, I know this, I want to do this, I'm not going to say this to this person can't know, right? It's like making all the right moves in the right times. Underneath that, interesting, we have gazelle, and I knew it, I should have called it. Then we got the lion, Leo energy, King of Wands energy. Gazelle's 3 of Wands. Gazelle is like observing, and again, like pausing. Lion is mastery of when to take action and when to not. Specifically, that is what the lion is about. It is the master of fire, the master of physicality and vitality. Water signs. This is you, or this is someone in your field, okay? I'm a little floored. I'm a little floored right now, but again, practicing the wisdom and intelligence of who to share what with when it comes to a relationship or a group of people, like where it's just lighting you on fire. I want to say for most of you, this is just a singular relationship, okay? And if you're like, this shit ain't for me, maybe it's someone who's got their sights on you, water sign, and they've known, but for whatever reason, they haven't said shit, and it's like time to take action, all right? I almost never get reads like this for relationships. But here it is, okay? Let's pull cards. Yeah, let's pull cards. Like, which one do I want to go with? Unicorns or mushrooms is what I have left. Unicorns are cute, but like mushrooms are like, I don't know, the mushroom deck is like kind of magical. I don't know, I'll do unicorns. Let's do unicorns. They're cute. They're adorable. All right. The heart is the center. That's honestly what they keep saying. The heart is the center. The heart can tell no lie. That's the truth. Ain't that the truth? The heart can tell no lies. Maybe that should be the title of this reading. Wait, where did I write down the initial title? Hold on a second. I got papers everywhere. Hold on. Why did I just get piratey energy there? Reminded me of, what's that ride? Pirates of the Caribbean? The Dead Tell No Tales or something like that. Anyway, sorry, ADD. Alright, I'm back. Water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The neighbor has a bell. And they really like it a lot. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I'm hearing delay, but I feel like it's like literally you're in control over it. It's honestly what I'm getting. It's like, right, it's a timing card. It's a card of time, divine timing. You know the right time and the wrong time. And you know when you're going to take action on this or when you're going to say something or this person does. And it's complete within your control is what I'm getting. Normally the Wheel of Fortune, that's like not a thing. Normally the Wheel of Fortune is the universe's energy. It's an ebb or a flow state for you. I don't feel that. I feel like we're in complete control over it. And it's intentional. I feel like it's within your control. It's all about the voice. It's all about when you're going to say something. When you're going to say something to this person and then shit pops off, or when you're going to say something to other people about this relationship and then shit pops off. It's like, it's controlled by the voice. It's controlled by the decision to say something, right? So take that as it resonates, okay? Any other? Hierophant, devotion. Hold on. Landing on golden egg, deer, and cheetah. The Hierophant has come up. Who else did it come up for? I think it was the last one. Earth signs. It came up before, and I got devotion, and I'm getting that again here for my water signs. Devotion, devotion, devotion. Devote yourself to your heart. Devote yourself to what lights you the fuck up, water signs. Vesta being in Cancer is part of that energy too, and we are doing the water sign reading. Devote yourself to what lights up your heart and what has your heart beaming so high, right? Ace of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. Oh, interesting. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So if this is for a reading for you or someone in your field who is not speaking up on this relationship or sharing this with you or whatever, it's like you can see it as delaying fulfillment, delaying happiness. But I keep getting it's within your control or within this person's control. It's just how it keeps coming through, that it's all about the voice. It's all about the voice. It's delaying a wish fulfillment. But again, for some, it's purely intentional, where it's just like, there's going to be a right time to do this. And it's like, you'd rather wait for the right time, right? Than just do it because you want to, like you want something with someone or you want the world to know or whatever. It's like, you'd rather do it when it's the right time because then you actually get to have it long term, right? We have Hierophant, Eight of Pentacles in reverse with the Chariot. Wow, hold on a second. Let me sit with this. Eight of Pentacles in reverse is normally like a lackadaisical energy, not putting energy. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Not putting energy into something. But the Chariot is victory. It's triumph. It's forward movement. I don't think this is super related. I feel like I'm just getting a channeling for a small group of you. I'm definitely getting something about work. Shifting your gears and your focus around work and money for the sake of whatever this is important. You would already know that that's true for whoever that's for. So take that as it resonates. But yeah, again, it's like I keep getting that message too. Delaying the speaking of this to someone or them speaking to you about this or sharing this with other people, it's part of the long-term plan is what I keep getting. It's part of the long-term success. They're bringing up work again. Some of you have actually been prioritizing work to the point where you've sacrificed your heart's desires, which, thank you, which is why the shift is so important. The shift in focus and priorities is so important. And if it's not you, it could be this person. Oh, you guys got Two of Pentacles too. There could be something in the Earth sign reading for you as well. So if you have any Earth in your chart, you're dealing with an Earth sign, I would definitely watch that. Wow, that it's, yeah, again, the decision to say something is all about saying something. Huh. Sorry, just so clear. On the Tiger, we have Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups in reverse, and the World card. The decision to say something or not say something. Be honest about something or not be honest about something. Earth sign also had a decision they had to make. So yeah, again, very clear. Very, very clear. The World card speaks of a massive new cycle opening up here. But again, it all comes down to when and how to say something to multiple people or to somebody. Whether it's to start this feels so much like a relationship to me, and then the overall energy confirmed it. Whether it's to say something to someone about starting a certain relationship, or it's about an ongoing relationship and then speaking that truth out to other people. Overall, we have the Two of Cups. Relationship. Underneath that, Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, I just got dizzy. And the Two of Swords in reverse. That's a lot of like restless energy. Hold on. To me, that's restless energy. You got a lot of twos. Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and Two of Swords. So twos are synchronistic. But to me, this is a lot of restless energy on how to make this decision about this relationship. To delay, to not delay, or to delay saying something, to like letting people know or not letting people know. That's how it's coming through. Good luck, water sign. Okay. That's it. It's been a long reading, and I need a break. And I kind of want to like have some fun today. So, yeah, good luck. And I hope I'm so like, wow. And I hope you found this insightful and helpful. Again, there's a website, there's social media, all the things. And I love you guys. So have a great week and take care.